When I was in fifth grade, I had a best friend who was in my class, and she also rode the same bus as me. And I actually started that school a little bit late, maybe like a couple weeks, and she was a bus monitor on the bus that I rode. And she told me that Mr. Joe, the bus driver, was paying her in candy. And I was just like, oh my God, I want to be a bus monitor too. And so she said she was going to put in a good word for me with Mr. Joe. And I was like so nervous because I was like, okay, is he going to like me? Am I going to make the cut? Well, he said that I could be a bus monitor too. And he asked me what my favorite candy was. And I was like, okay, well, my favorite candy is Reese's. I like Rolos, Twix, Snickers, all that stuff. And I'm thinking, oh, okay, he's just going to give me like a cute little candy bar or something like that every 2 weeks. Well, 2 weeks rolled around and he hands me this gigantic bag of chocolate with the chocolate that I told him that I liked. Oh man, it went to my head immediately. I'd never been paid in chocolate before. I'd never been paid at all. I couldn't be trusted with all that power. I shouldn't have been trusted with all that power. It was too much for me. Up until that point, I was getting bullied all the time. And now that I had the power, I was doing the bullying. I was terrorizing the folks back there. Oh my gosh. And they didn't even take me seriously anyway. I would be telling them, y'all to sit down. They were so bad. They would just giggle. They would just laugh. You remember that episode of That's a Raven where it was like the musical episode? And I think the kid's name was Shane. That was the hall monitor. And he was writing people up for singing in the hallway. That was me, unfortunately. But at no point did I stop and think to myself, would I want this happening to me? No, I wouldn't. Obviously, I wouldn't, because I didn't like it when it was happening to me. I would have gotten paid anyway. I was still going to get the chocolate every 2 weeks. And then at the end of the school year, our final paycheck was just like this massive haul of chocolate that Mr. Joe gave us. And he was just so cool. But I was like thinking to myself, why am I thinking about this? And I was just thinking about how, like, when I was a kid, it was like cute, right? It was just like hee ha ha. You get some power, you act a fool, right? But it's not cute as an adult. There are literally adults in positions of authority doing this. And it's not cute anymore because now you have the power to make someone's life better, or you have the ability to break them. Some of these positions of authority, a person's life is in your hands. There are people in these positions who just abuse it. And the people who it doesn't happen to, somehow, like, I feel like we always find a way to justify it. But I be watching some of y'all, and some of y'all be crashing out when your order is wrong at Starbucks. It's like normal for humans to desire justice. And it's absurd to hear a person's cries for justice and ignore it because you don't think it's that big of a deal. If you don't have the character to sustain the kind of power that you're given, like, you're gonna lose it. Character is the most foundational thing. Anyway, I loved Mr. Joe. He was so cool. I think he passed away some years ago, but yeah, he was the coolest bus driver I've ever had.